Cowboys have, you are in no man's land as he takes off around that corner with his world-class speed. Kaepernick, Eric Walden, on the end, looking for the read. You misread, the quarterback is looking right at you, he pulls it out. You're in man-to-man coverage, running away from the line of scrimmage. Once he sees that, before Green Bay has a chance to react, he's 15, 20 yards downfield. And again, you can see the best athlete, pure athlete on the field. Now you play everything to prevent the run, to prevent him from turning the corner. They have the ability, and this is the added dimension, to pull the ball out and throw it down the field. You hear a lot of people talk about the hesitancy as a defensive player that this puts in your mind. It will ruin you defensively because you can't play the game and play it free and play it with reckless abandon.
You got to play with discipline. You got to play with control. Now, I understand the option, and this is a new wrinkle right now. You have to assign somebody to him that's going to be outside man. I understand about the fake to the fullback or the halfback. You can't fall for it. You must stay with him and stay to the outside of him. If you're going to contain him from the outside in, push him back inside, you might have some help with him. Now, the inside people, you got to take care of your, the guys in the secondary, you got to take care of the receivers. You can't do it all. But those outside guys have to try to stop him. 181 yards, guys. If he gets 181 yards, nobody's going to beat these guys.
Here's the best way to contain him. Don't be enamored and don't overcompensate for him. Offensively, put the ball in the air, get some points on the board, make sure that you don't turn the football over and give him extra possessions. Make them play from behind. Take him out of that game. Let's see him drop back 30 times and have to throw the football. Let's see if he can do that.
That's a great deal of responsibility on Atlanta's defense. They have not been great this season. Mike Nolan, he's put them in some different schemes. But their biggest problem is, guys, they can't tackle. They get there, but they can't tackle. Second most yardage after contact in the National Football League. Now, watch them now. This is an NFL football team. Lack of tackling skills and lack of physicality at the cornerback spot. If you're going to stop option football, you have to have corners that can force the run and be run support. Now, this is Cam Newton. Just a little slip screen right here. Now, Cam Newton also threw for 500 yards and rushed for over 200 against them. Now, so how the Falcons going to win this football game? They're going to have to get in the right spots, but they're going to have to be physical. And a lot of that boom comes from the cornerbacks.
You know, not making mistakes and being smart. Let's reiterate something that Atlanta, in a 16-game schedule, had the least amount of penalties and the least number of penalty yards. So they don't hurt themselves as much as other teams. That's one thing. How do they make this young quarterback, who started only 8 pro games, okay? How do they make him be a playmaker and not just take off and doing things? So, you know, once upon a time, Mike Nolan, he was there when the Niners started to build this team, and we talked about that on the Swamp. Head coach from 05 to 08, and a lot of the guys who were on the team began when he was there. He built defenses, to your point, Chris, that they stopped Russell Martin when he was running well for Tampa. They ended Drew Brees' streak, the touchdown game streak. And last week, except for that first run by Lynch, he didn't really go anywhere. So, I mean, but now what do? If they go outside, do the Niners run it up the middle?
That's correct.
And if they don't, if they kept it stacked like they did against Seattle with Kaepernick, it's an interesting.
And if you hold for the inside run with the interior backers in that group, everything opens up behind you in the middle of the football field. Right now, it is a real challenge for these defensive coaches, and it might take an off season for them to start figuring out exactly what we need to do.
But the number one goal of Mike Nolan right now and the Atlanta defense is to stop him. Guys, I know there's other guys that can beat you, and they may beat you, but you've got to stop him or control him. I'm not saying you can stop control. I'm saying, well, you say punish. I think you've got to put a helmet on him.
Coming up here on Cat, that'd be part of it. The All in the Family Super Bowl. Why Jim Harbaugh's former coach, that'll be Coach Ditka, believes the brothers are dominating in the NFL. Plus, how the girlfriend hopes will impact the draft status of Notre Dame superstar Mandarin Tail. And the drop pass that still haunts a former Raven, while Lee Evans revisits last year's title game loss every single day.
Road to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Experience truly great engineering today at your authorized dealer. Something powerful is coming. See it on February 3rd.
Me and my sister, we were left in the forest. We almost died at the hands of the witch.
Now, we travel the world hunting them.
Drop something. This is our old house. Our parents didn't abandon us. They were murdered.
You found your way home.